Hello artists! Today, we will be making a collage together. A collage is an artwork made by sticking various materials onto a base. Here is my example collage that I'm making throughout the video, as well as some student examples. These are all lovely examples because they show how using shapes, magazine cutouts, and our imagination can create a completed image. Before we get started, it's important that we know how to cut out different shapes. How to cut a square. When cutting out a square, it is important to think about what size you want it to be. Look at your paper and ask yourself, how big should my square be? Because I needed a big square, I moved my scissors to the middle edge of the paper and then dragged the scissors edge to edge, giving me a big square. Sometimes it may help to sketch your shape out before cutting it. I also was careful when gluing. You can see that I am just moving my glue stick along the borders of the shape and then pressing it to my base paper and thinking carefully about where I want my square to be. How to cut a rectangle. Sometimes you might need to cut out a rectangle instead. Here I have an already square piece of paper and I am just sketching out the side of the shape that I will cut off for my image. I then move my scissors across the paper and I am left with the exact shape that I wanted for my collage. How do you cut out a triangle? For my triangle, I first sketched out where I was going to be cutting. I drew a line corner to corner and then cut along that line, giving me two perfect triangles, one of which I used for my collage. How to cut a circle. What helps me when cutting a circle is first figuring out what size I want it to be, then sketching it out on my paper. I found a piece of paper about the same size as the circle I wanted. I then drew the circle and cut along the line I drew, giving me the perfect circle that I needed for my collage. Tearing paper for a collage. You may tear paper for a collage. Tearing paper is a fun way to add different texture to your artwork. Here, I am using torn paper to make grass in the background of my image. How to cut something out of a magazine. To cut something out of a magazine, first find an image in the magazine you would like to cut out. If it is still in a page attached to the magazine, cut the whole page out first before cutting out the image you want. Next, take your scissors and carefully cut around the image. This may take some practice, so please take your time working around the image so you can cut it out exactly how you want it. And here is my final image. I was inspired by the house I grew up in, where I saw a lot of hummingbirds and different animals in my neighborhood. Now, I might not have seen any monkeys growing up, but I used my imagination to add a detail that I thought was interesting. Now it's your turn to collage. Miss Meghan and Mrs. Cutterly will be giving you base paper. When you receive the base paper, please remember to put your name and class code on the back of it. Reminder, this base paper is for building your collage on, not for cutting. At your table, there will also be scissors. Please remember, no running with scissors. It is not safe and we don't want any artist getting hurt. Please, if you have to walk with scissors, hold them firmly in your fist with the sharp tip facing down. Other materials you will have at your home-based table will be pencils. This will be super useful for writing your name and class code down. We will also have glue sticks, paper scraps, and magazine scraps for you to work with. And if you get stuck, these sheets will be available at your home-based table for you to look at and reference when cutting out your shapes. For your artwork, think of something you see every day and see if you can turn it into a collage. This could be your house, your pet, a friend or family member. The choice is yours. Thank you all for watching. We are super excited to see what collage artwork you all make.